All right, I'm going to go ahead and call the council presentation ceremony to order at 5:04. The first presentation is recognition of Officer of the Month, Officer Jordan Vasquez and Officer Dwayne Ireland for the month of February 2018. Go ahead and invite command staff up to do the presentation.
Good evening. Vice Mayor, Council, City staff, and guests. On behalf of Chief Alexander Roll, his command staff, and the entire Homestead Police Department, we present to you February Officers of the Month, Officer Dwayne Ireland and Officer Jordan Vasquez. This month is unique for the month of February. We have two officers that have been nominated, and both have been chosen. Both is for their outstanding efforts in law enforcement and their dedication to their community. Both have high activity as far as responding to calls for service, lots of arrests, taking some dangerous individuals off the street, and also just being out there protecting our citizens and responding to call and being there for everybody. The first one nominated is Officer Jordan Vasquez. During the month of February, Officer Vasquez is part of Uniform Patrol. He made 8 arrests, wrote 15 citations, 5 field contacts, 21 incident reports, and 67 calls for service. Most of those arrests were drug-related arrests. Officer Vasquez patrols in a way that he's looking for people that are constantly in violation, whether it's a traffic violation or somebody that's suspicious, and he ends up finding drugs on him. He knows his trade, he knows what he's doing, and for that, he's being recognized for Officer of the Month. Most of his arrests during this last month were drug-related arrests. Again, Officer Vasquez, congratulations. The other officer for Officer of the Month, February 2018, is Officer Dwayne Ireland. Like Officer Vasquez, he has numerous arrests, numerous calls for service, high activity. He works midnight shift uniform patrol. Officer Vasquez, in this particular case, was on patrol when he spotted a vehicle that was reported stolen in Miami-Dade County jurisdiction. At that time, he called it in, requested backup. They conducted a traffic stop. During the stop, it was confirmed that that vehicle was stolen. The subject was also in possession of drugs, and he was quickly arrested. During that time, Officer Ireland had 273 calls for service. He wrote 108 business checks, neighborhood checks, 24 citations, 29 reports, 18 arrests, and 11 FI cards. Again, both of these officers are a fine example of a lot of what we have in a lot of our younger officers that are working the streets today. This is one great big team. Although these officers are being recognized individually, this is a lot of teamwork that goes into this work. And again, we congratulate both of them for their hard work and dedication.
And also, on behalf of the mayor, he's unable to make it today. Today is his wife's birthday, so he's asked me to present these certificate of recognitions. So a certificate of recognition presented to Officer Dwayne Ireland. With gratitude, we thank you for your distinguished service above and beyond the call of duty. The City of Homestead salutes you. And then the same certificate is read for Officer Jordan Vasquez. Thank you.
Just want to say a couple words real quick. A couple thank yous. It takes a family to raise a child, and here at Homestead, this is my family. So I want to take the time to congratulate and thank the councilmen and women, the mayor, for always being pro-police and finding ways to hire more police officers so we could serve our community a lot better. I want to thank the command staff for always leading us in the right direction. Most of all, I want to thank the chief for believing in me, giving me an opportunity to work for him. Humble man, over 30 years of service, always leading with a smile on his face. Very grateful. I want to thank the vets for teaching a young cub how to be a lion and giving him the tools so he could be a better officer. I want to thank my family, my mother, my father for being role models and just helping me, guiding me through life. And just the residents of Homestead, I'm going to continue to work hard and come here and try to be a better individual and a better officer every day. Thank you.
Well, I want to thank everybody for being here. I want to first start with my command, my Lieutenant Trad. He's a good man. Thank you. I want to also thank the command staff, the chief, for giving me the opportunity to work for him, Colonel, Captain, my sergeant over there who I admire. I want to be like him. I just thank everybody, and I'm just going to always keep working hard for Homestead. Whatever I see out there, I'm going to go out there. When you guys are asleep, I'm going to be patrolling. I'm going to make sure I find these criminals that need to be taken off the street. Just pray my strength, and you guys be safe, all right?
The next presentation is a proclamation for Fair Housing Month in Homestead. Each year we give this proclamation for the successes that the city has had, so I'll read it into the record. Whereas April 11, 2018 marks the 50th anniversary of the passage of the U.S. Fair Housing Law, Title 8 of the Civil Rights Act of 1968, as amended, which enunciates a national policy of fair housing without regard to race, color, creed, national origin, sex, familial status, and handicap, and encourages fair housing opportunities for all citizens. And whereas the U.S. Fair Housing Law is consistent with the principle of equality and justice for all, and whereas the City of Homestead, the United States Department of Housing and Urban Development, concerned citizens and the housing industry are working together to realize the dream of fair and affordable housing for all residents, and whereas the City of Homestead is committed to highlight the Fair Housing Law, Title 8 of the Civil Rights Act of 1968 by continuing to address discrimination in our community, to support programs that will educate the public about the right to equal housing opportunities, and to plan partnership efforts with other organizations to help assure every American of their right to fair housing. Now, therefore, the Mayor of the City of Homestead, Jeff Porter, does hereby proclaim April 2018 as Fair Housing Month in Homestead. And I'd like to invite Carlos from Finance to come up and talk a little bit about Fair Housing Month.
Just briefly, again, this is basically to raise awareness on your rights to fair housing. You can either contact the city's website, the HUD website, and on either side of the building when you walk out, we've got these little goodies. It's a measuring tape, and it's got both of the websites on there so you can learn more about it. Thank you.
The next presentation is Councilwoman Faircloth, Broxton Boxon First United Methodist Church School student presentation.
Thank you, Vice Mayor Shelley, and good evening to all of you. It's so exciting to see a packed chambers, especially a packed chamber with children that are quiet and parents. So that's a good thing. In addition to serving as an elected official, many of you may not know, I also serve in a school. I've been an educator for 18 years. I'm not 18 though. And I've taught first grade for 4 years. So I'm especially proud to welcome the first graders from First United Methodist Christian School as one of their culminating activities for Rocks of Boxing. Now, these students read the book, Roxaboxen, and they worked on creating their own town, their own community, complete with amenities and essential services that all good communities should have. And I hate to miss any of their Roxaboxen performances, and I always welcome them to City Hall, their own town hall, so that they can showcase the businesses that they've worked with their parents to build. So I'm going to invite up Ms. Kennedy to talk a little bit about the project, and then we're going to invite up their female mayor to bring some words. Ms. Kennedy?
Well, thank you for having us, first of all. I've been working with this event for about 7 years, and each year it just keeps getting better and better with all the parents and all the hard work they put in, showing their children about community. They learn about citizenship and hard workers in the community and voting, and they all vote for their mayor of their class, and it's a lot of fun, and this is a great way to end it all here today, so thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Kennedy. And I am going to invite up the mayor for the town of Roxaboxen, Mayor Lily Watson, to come bring us some remarks. Come on, Lily. Let's just stand. Wait, come here, because that's going to cover you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Lily Watson. I am the mayor of Roxaboxen. My school and I would like to say thank you to the mayor and vice mayor of Homestead and to everyone here and City Hall for inviting us to receive this award today. It is such a great honor. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Lily Watson, and congratulations on your election. And once you get old enough, if you ever run for office in the city of Homestead, I'll vote for you, okay, to serve as my mayor. One more time for Lily Watson. So with that, I would like to present Lily Watson, her certificate, and I'll read one of them so that you know what they all say. In honor of your outstanding small business creation, Councilwoman Patricia Faircloth and the City of Homestead's Mayor and Council proudly present Lily Watson, Mayor, with this Certificate of Excellence to celebrate the city you have helped to create. Congratulations on your town of Roxaboxen. And her business, can you tell us, did you build your business? Did you have a name for it, or you just served as the mayor?
I just served as the mayor.
She served as the mayor. There you go. Okay, with that, I'd like to present Miss Zulia's class, first grade class. When I call your name, please come up and I will announce their business. Olivia Fliadis, Olivia's Deal on Wheels. Congratulations, Olivia. Lavinia Gonzalez. Stay up here, Lily. Olivia, stay up here. Okay. Lavinia Gonzalez, Lavinia's Beauty Shop. Congratulations. Thank you. Jackson St. German, Jack Attack, Bait and Tackle. And he's dressed the part. I love it. I love it. Giovanni Ortiz, Roxaboxen Fire Station, very essential service. Very. You know what? We don't have a fire station. We outsource that. We need to work on that. Aaron Nunez, Aaron's Animals of the World Pet Store. Good job, Aaron. Madeline Thomas, Muffins Pizzeria. Ramiro Acosta, R5 Theater. Oh, look at him. Look how cute. Ellie Torrisi, Ellie Sprinkle Donut House. Love it. We can use one of those in our downtown, by the way. Sergio Ortiz, DK Bank. Yes, congratulations. Madison Tupahe, did I pronounce that correctly? Madison's Nature Center. Vice Mayor Shelley would love that. Sophia Farfan is not here, but her mother is here. If you could just wave, wave, wave. Church of Love, absolutely, love that. Isabella Menendez, Isabella's Heavenly Christian Library. Boone Sapp, Buff Bodies by Boonemator. I love it, and look at him. So cute. Mia Scott, Mia's Nursery. Congratulations, Mia. Miguel Salabaria, Miguel's Recruiting Center. Yes. Look at him. Love it. Love it. Thank you for your service. Jose Romero, Romero Law Office. Look at this. Too much. Emilio Vendetta, Roxa Box International Airport. Nice. And Dylan Monsalve, Dylan's Community Hospital. Where's Bill Duquette? We have another hospital here. And this is Miss Zulia. Is Miss Zulia? Zulaya. Come on. Miss Zulaya. Take a group shot with your students. Okay, we'll have the mayor.
Mr. Attorney.
Don't cover your faces. The certificate down. Certificate's down. Turn around. Another round of applause for Miss Zulia's class. Thank you so much. Sissy, I think for our next presentation, we'll have pictures because everyone needs to see these businesses that these families create. We'll have a slideshow of the pictures. And next up, Miss Kennedy. Miss Kennedy has been here for several years with Roxa Boxing. First up, Kylie Allende, Kylie's One Stop Soup Shop. Congratulations, Kylie. Anthony Alonso, Anthony's Train Station. I'll let your teacher, yeah. Congratulations. Addison Carter, Addie's Sunshine Daycare. Congratulations. Kyle Chester, Pet Care. Noelle Duger, Noelle's Christian School. Is Jordan Ellenberg? You see? Jordan Ellenberg, Captain Hooks. Kayla Healy, KK's Sweet Shop. Doesn't she look sweet? So cute. Ray Healy, Town Hall. Ava Lugo, Ava's Art Gallery. They are totally dressed apart. Josh Lyons, Josh is over here, fruit stand. Jaden McFarland, Jaden's Super Toys. Nice. Matthew Muncha, Jailhouse. We have to have those too, Chief and Colonel, unfortunately. Weston Mulling, Weston's Hardware Store. Wait, what happened to our fruit stand? Last year, I believe we had a fruit stand. What happened? I'd like to recognize Robert is here. He's here. Would you please stand? He's here. Thank you for your support. Riley Montgomery, Riley's Power and Light. I love it. Alyssa Owens, Alyssa's Donut Hole. Justin Reddick, Just in Weather. Oceana Rengifo, Oceana's Groovy Sugar Shack. That is super creative. Zoe Rickman, Zoe's Love for Lollies. Evie Robles, Evie's Honey Hive. Look at her. Adorable. Kayla Sweet, Kayla's Swirly Whirly Ice Cream. And Isabella Valencia, Isabella Smiles. I'm assuming she's a dentist. Another round of applause for Miss Kennedy's first grade students. Miss Ceci, one of the school site administrators and educators there. How many years have you been at First United Methodist?
20 years.
20 years. Let's give Miss Ceci a round of applause. And for all the parents, before we take a group shot, if the parents can please stand, the parents of all these students that have been recognized tonight, can you please stand? Thank you so much for your support in your child's education. It makes a huge difference. They'll never forget these moments. So thank you so much for investing in them right now. From my heart to your hands, I thank each and every one of you. Okay? We'll take a group shot. Boys and girls, don't cover your faces.
Our next presentation is a proclamation to Mr. Gunther Carger by Councilman Roth.
Thank you, Vice Mayor. Wow, what a presentation. I think next year we need to get a real estate office in there, though, because I think I would like to live in Roxaboxen. Thank you to all the kids and all the parents. It's very important that you guys are here and that you support your kids and everything that you do. And it means a lot to see a lot of parents here tonight. That's a terrific thing. The reason I'm here is it's not very often you run into somebody in your life that inspires you, touches you, and has been around for many, many years. Someone who has done so many things, probably has forgotten more than I'll ever know in life. But Gunther Carger is one of those men. He celebrated his 85th birthday, March 16th. He celebrated 65 years of marriage to his beautiful bride, Shirley. Was it this year? Shirley, come on up. You're a big part of this. Come on up, Shirley. 65 years. How can you stand to be apart from him? Gunther's done so many amazing things in his life that I thought for his 85th birthday, we would do something special from the city for you. I'm not going to go into everything Gunther's done in his life because there's many, many things that he's done. I think one of his more proudest ones, and I've read his book, he's an author as well, an author of a book called Thieves on Wall Street, which I believe is still available for sale as well. Gunther tells it like it is. He'll tell you the truth, whether it hurts or it doesn't hurt. He'll tell you the truth. And that's what I like so much about this man. He tells you the truth. Another one that stands out to me, and this goes back to when Gunther was just a little boy, maybe 6 years old or so. He's one of the sole remaining living Holocaust survivors from Kendall all the way down into Key West. So he was one of the fortunate ones that were able to escape the stuff that happened back then. Most of us weren't alive when that happened, but most of us should know about what happened back then. Gunther survived that. He lost his parents. He was 6 years old. And he came to this country when he was 13? 13. So he's been here since he was 13 years old, escaping one of the probably worst tragedies the world will ever see. We're not here to say that. We're not here to celebrate that. We're here to celebrate 85 years of a man celebrating his birthday, 65 years with his beautiful wife. And we're going to give Gunther a proclamation today. And a special birthday hat. Let's go on this side. Okay, I'll look up there. That's a surprise. It suits you, though. You know, Gunther is one of those guys that shows up to every event, enjoys being out in the public. He's a Mardi Gras, I don't even know what the word is, but, and actually Shirley was one of the original Mardi Gras queens in New Orleans, 1954. So there's a lot of history here. And we're so proud to have you guys living and calling Homestead your home. We appreciate that. So with that, I'm going to read this proclamation where it says, whereas Gunther Karger is the sole remaining Holocaust survivor in the Homestead area from Kendall through the Keys. His entire family perished in Germany. And Gunther survived only because his parents sent him to Sweden on the last children's transport. And whereas, after 7 years of living in 2 foster homes, 1 orphanage, Gunther arrived in America alone as a war refugee. Speaking no English, Gunther endured another 2 foster homes before enlisting in the Air Force at the age of 18. Thank you for your service. And whereas Gunther is recognized as one of the 3 engineers responsible for the world's first communication satellite, reporting the potential threat to over 100 American cities during the Cuban Missile Crisis. Among his accomplishments are Outstanding Young Men of America Award, membership in technology as a member of the Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineers at Cape Canaveral during the moon mission, and his position on the Miami-Dade County's Transportation Action Committee. And whereas on March 16th, 2018, Gunther and his wife Shirley celebrated his 85th birthday, and will be celebrating every birthday hereafter with Homestead being their final home. Now therefore, I, Jeff Porter, the mayor of the city of Homestead, Florida, do hereby proclaim the 16th day of March as Gunther Karger Day. Congratulations. You're welcome. Would you like to say anything?
Thank you.
You're very welcome. He said hold that. I guess after.
Larry, thank you ever so much. It's a pleasure to be here. It's a pleasure to be alive, and I have to mention that I actually have been dead. I rose from the dead December the 2nd, 1993. Thanks to her. She called the nurse in and said she thought I was dead, and I was. Thank you. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here. But I wanted to mention this. It's a privilege and honor to live here in Homestead. We've been here for 7 years. It'll be 7 years next month. We came from the north, 15 miles to the north, Palmetto Bay, where we had lived about 41 years. And I want to mention that one of the things that I'm extremely remembrance of is that I wrote a book once called Thieves on Wall Street. And ever since then, I mention this: when money speaks, truth keeps silent. And we got to remember that, because when we look to the north, places like the White House, for an example, in fact, I actually worked out of the White House at one point, truth is scarce, and we have to remember that we always must seek the truth, as Chief Rowley knows, because if I lie, he'll come after me. I don't have to worry, because people come after me for telling the truth, as Larry had mentioned. So what I want to do now, I want to thank everybody. I want to be thankful to America, who invited me here to live a life, and in that honor, with the permission of the councilman, I'm going to say, God bless America, on, you guess, the harmonica. Here. So, here we go.
Wow. Wow. Thank you, Gunther. Thank you, Shirley. Thank you, Vice Mayor. Thank you, everyone, for coming. Gunther, you want your hat back?
The council presentation ceremony is now adjourned. We'll take a brief recess, and then we'll come back for the Community Redevelopment Agency meeting. All right, I'd like to go ahead and call the Community Redevelopment Agency meeting to order at 5:45 p.m. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Here. Board Member Faircloth.
Here.
Board Member Bailey. Here. Board Member Roth. Here. Vice Chairman Shelley.
Here. Any deletions or referrals? None. Approval of the minutes, tab 1. Do I have a motion to approve the minutes?
Move it.
Moved and seconded. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Tab 2, new business, car number 2325, appointment of members to the CRA Not-for-Profit Grant Committee. Do I have a motion for the approval of the committee?
Move it.
Any questions, comments, or discussion? No? Okay. All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Reports from council or staff? No? Okay. Public comments related to the CRA? All right, seeing none, do I have a motion to adjourn the meeting? Moved, second it. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Meeting is adjourned. I'd like to go ahead and call the City Council meeting for Wednesday, March 21st, council meeting to order at 6 p.m. This evening we will have the invocation by Reverend Howard Harden, pastor of the First Baptist Church of Homestead, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance with Councilman Burgess. Would you please stand?
Of how you have blessed this city and the blessing that we have to be a part of it. We thank you for the political freedoms we enjoy. We thank you for our many dedicated public servants, for our elected officials. We thank you, God, for the business to be done tonight, and we ask for your wisdom in doing it. We ask, Lord, that you would guide us in every decision that is made. We pray that you would help us in all things to always promote both justice and love. And I pray these things in Christ's name. Amen.
Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Councilwoman Bailey? Councilman Burgess? Councilwoman Fairclough?
Here.
Councilman Roth? Vice Mayor Shelley?
Here. Any additions, deletions, or deferrals? None. Next is the consent agenda. Do I have a motion to approve the consent agenda? Moved and seconded. All in favor say aye. Any opposed? Next, public hearings, ordinance land use items.
Yes, please be advised the following items on the agenda are quasi-judicial in nature. If you wish to comment upon these items, please indicate the item number you would like to address when the announcement regarding the quasi-judicial item is made. An opportunity for persons to speak on each item will be made available after the applicant and staff have made their presentations on each item. Swearing in, all testimony, including public testimony and evidence, will be made under oath or affirmation. Additionally, each person who gives testimony may be subject to cross-examination. If you do not wish to either be cross-examined or sworn, your testimony will be given its due weight. The general public will not be permitted to cross-examine witnesses, but the public may request the council to ask questions of staff or witnesses on their behalf. The full agenda packet on each item is hereby entered into the record. Persons representing organizations must present evidence of their authority to speak for the organization. Further details of the quasi-judicial procedures may be obtained from the clerk. In accordance with Code Section 2-591, any lobbyist must register before addressing the council on any of the following items. At this time, council members must disclose any ex parte communications concerning any items on the agenda. Hearing none at this time, the clerk will swear in any persons who wish to testify on the following quasi-judicial items.
Would you please stand, raise your right hand, and repeat after me? I, please state your name, hereby swear or affirm that the information I present shall be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help me God. Thank you. You may be seated.
Good.
Vice Mayor, tab 12 and 13 pertain to the same project. I can introduce both of those. You could have a collective public hearing discussion on those and then take a separate vote. If that's
Is that acceptable to everybody? Yes, go ahead.
So tab 12 is a resolution of the City of Homestead, Florida, granting site plan approval for a proposed 14,813 square foot blood plasma facility on an approximately 0.9 acre parcel of land located at 512 West Maury Drive, as legally described in Exhibit A and providing for an effective date. In tab 13 is the corresponding resolution of the City of Homestead, Florida, granting site plan approval for a proposed surface parking facility consisting of 38 parking spaces in conjunction with the blood plasma facility on an approximately 0.46 acre parcel located at 127 Southwest 5th Avenue, as legally described in Exhibit A and providing for an effective date.
Staff report?
Yes, sir. The staff recommends that the mayor and council approve the site plan requested for this blood plasma facility. The applicant, our Company of America, is requesting to amend the previously approved site plan for this location. They intend to modify the existing warehouse that exists there into about 15,000 square foot single-story warehouse on the site to accommodate a blood plasma facility. This property is separated by an alley from another parcel, and then a parcel adjacent to that, but across the street. The two separate parcels are going to be used for parking. The first one has 18 spaces, and the other one has 38 spaces. That will accommodate their parking. It's in the southwest neighborhood. It's got a future land use designation of planned urban neighborhood. We reviewed it to the code. The use is appropriate, and all of the parking is appropriate, so we're recommending that you approve it.
Any questions from council? Seeing none, I'll open it up to the public hearing. This is for tab 12 and tab 13. Anybody from the public would like to speak on this item? Seeing none, I'll close the public hearing. Do we have an entertaining motion for approval of this item?
Vice Mayor,
Yes.
I'm sorry, before. Staff would like to add one condition to both of the resolutions. The condition to be added is that the applicant shall submit a joinder and consent to the declaration within 60 days from the effective date of the resolution, if approved, subject to review and approval by the city attorney.
Is the applicant acceptable to that?
We spoke to the applicant, staff spoke to the applicant before, and they're amenable to that.
Okay. Councilman Burgess.
Thank you, Vice Mayor. Thank you, Vice Mayor. I see the applicants here, and I noticed they brought some renderings in. I just wanted to, I believe they had some renderings that they, no? Okay, and there's nothing new, so what is in there is, what's in our package is what the public should see out there. Okay.
Come up to
Please
the
come up.
come up to the microphone, please, so you can hear.
The renderings provided, the renderings that we have here are identical to what we provided in the package, and it's probably much more legible for you guys to read in the package. In there.
Okay, no, I saw them. I was just going to ask so the public could see them and if they wanted to take a look at them, but that's fine. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. You are amenable to the condition? Absolutely. Yeah, we coordinate that today, so we'll have everything notarized and the forms in most likely tomorrow.
Yes.
Councilwoman Bailey? Councilman Burgess?
Yes.
Councilman Roth?
Yes.
Councilwoman Faircloth?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Shelley?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Tab 13, do I have a motion to approve tab 13?
Move it.
Moved, seconded. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Councilwoman Faircloth?
Yes.
Councilman Burgess?
Yes.
Councilman Roth?
Yes.
Councilwoman Bailey? Vice Mayor Shelley?
Yes.
The motion carries.
Legislative matters, tab 14.
The United States Department of Housing and Urban Development requires that entitlement communities prepare a consolidated plan document every 5 years based on public comments and interviews with governing officials. On January 19, 2018, the city advertised RFP number 201804, 5-year HUD consolidated plan, document program years 2018 to 2022 and 2018 to 2019 action plan in order to secure the services of a consulting agency that will gather public comments and prepare the document for submittal to HUD. A total of 1,117 vendors were contacted and 4 vendors responded. Staff recommends the Mayor and Council award RFP 201804 for the CDBG 5-year consolidated plan document for program years 2018 to 2022 and 2018 to 19 action plan to PMG Associates for the amount of $35,250.
Any questions from council? None? This is a public hearing. I'd like to open for public comment on tab 14. Anybody from the public like to speak on this item? Seeing none, I'll close public comment. Do I have a motion to approve this? Moved. Seconded. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Councilwoman Bailey? Councilman Burgess?
Yes.
Councilman Roth?
Yes.
Councilwoman Faircloth?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Shelley?
Yes.
The motion carries.
Tab 15.
As part of the CDBG reconciling process, staff reviews all funded activities and identifies surplus funds that have been generated due to projects being completed under budget. Staff has identified surplus funds that will provide the city with the flexibility to create a new public service activity for the current fiscal year. Once the reallocation of CDBG funds is approved, a notice of funding availability will be advertised. Applications will be evaluated by staff, and a grant award recommendation will be presented to the Mayor and Council at a later date. Staff recommends the Mayor and the Council approve the reallocation of CDBG surplus funds in the amount of $68,000 for the purpose of funding a public service grant cycle to benefit senior citizens.
Any questions from council? Seeing none, this is a public hearing. I'll open it now to public hearing on tab 15. Seeing none, I'll close the public hearing. Do I have a motion? Moved and seconded. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Councilman Burgess? Yes. Councilwoman Fairclough?
Yes.
Councilwoman Bailey? Councilman Roth? Yes. Vice Mayor Shelley?
Yes.
The motion carries.
Tab 16.
Connie Smith-GIBSON was hired by the City of Homestead as a police officer on April 21st, 1994. On August 9th, 2017, Ms. Gibson filed a petition for workers' compensation benefits in the proceedings styled Connie Smith-GIBSON versus City of Homestead, OJCC case number 17019-210MGK, pending in the State of Florida Division of Administrative Hearings, Miami District, for injuries alleged to have been suffered in the course of her employment. Ms. Gibson is willing to sign a general release extinguishing any and all claims, including all past, present, and future claims for workers' compensation benefits and all other types of claims, inclusive of all costs and attorney fees, for the lump sum of $28,500. Staff recommends Mayor and Council approve the attached resolution authorizing City Manager to accept the settlement of all pending or potential claims for workers' compensation benefits with Ms. Gibson for the total cost of $28,500, inclusive of all costs and attorney fees.
City Attorney, do you?
Yes, I mean, this is something that we've discussed in executive session. We recommend that we move forward with the settlement.
Any questions from council? Seeing none, I'll open it to the public. Any comments from the public? Seeing none, I'll close the public hearing. Do I have a motion to approve? Moved and seconded. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Councilman Roth? Yes. Councilwoman Bailey? Councilwoman Fairclough?
Yes.
Councilman Burgess?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Shelley?
Yes.
The motion carries.
Next item is public comments. I will now open the floor for public comments. Each individual will have 3 minutes to speak, and please come to the podium when your name is called. The first comment card I have is Louis DeLeon. Louis DeLeon here? No. Kim Hill? No. Kevin Sullivan?
1860 Southeast 6th Court. I'm here tonight to say thank you, City Manager and staff, for taking care of the issue I brought up last month. It was a pleasure to see the young kids walking on the other side of the barrier and having a walkway over on 328. And I don't know what the standards are, but I really believe we need a bird dog in the city public works, wherever it does this, to monitor these situations, because we're going to have other construction, other road closures, to make sure that the kids especially, of course, as somebody pointed out last month, I'm an old man, and I don't want to get caught out on the thing. But I do have heart, because tonight you gave a proclamation to somebody that's older than me, so thank you.
Thank you. Next is Atravia Smith.
Good evening, Mayor, Council, City Manager. My name is Atravia Smith. I'm here to represent, address 1261 Southeast 29th Street, Unit 201, Homestead, Florida 33035. I'm here representing the Southwest Advisory Committee to bring before the Mayor and Council, with partnership with Councilwoman Bailey, an opportunity for the SWAC to partner up with the City of Homestead to perform and put on an art walk this summer. We're trying to bring the community together where our kids in our local schools here in Homestead can benefit from an art walk. And what we're asking for is the support of Mayor and Council with this event. And I know we only have 3 minutes tonight, but further meetings we would like to schedule with each Mayor and Council to be able to discuss this further in detail. But Mayor and Council, tonight we're asking that if you guys will stand with the Southwest Advisory Committee with this art walk, this will be an event where local schools can students can put their art that they do every day in their schools into an art walk. And we display this art at an art gallery. What we're trying to propose to have it at Losner Park, where the art can be auctioned off and we can put money back into our local schools here in Homestead. And it takes money to do that. So what we're asking each council person, if you would consider donating $1,000, whether it's from your budget or from your Astro accounts here with the City of Homestead. That way each school that participate in this art walk has the opportunity to receive $1,000 to go back into their schools and support those schools. It'll be free to the general public. It'll be a great afternoon of fun. It'll be ways in which also the general public can benefit from this art walk as well. It'll bring awareness to economic, academic, and community needs of the southwest area of Homestead. It'll be an opportunity for our kids to put their art on display. We'll have professional artists as well put their art into this gallery as well, and it'll be auctioned off. And the funds, like I mentioned, will be able to put back into our community. And this is a vision in which the Southwest has put forth with Councilwoman Bailey, and we just need the support from the mayor and council. We'll be coming before you guys, lobbying for your support. I do believe this is an event that can turn into an annually thing that gets bigger and bigger every year. They have these sort of events up in the Wynwood area, and we would love to bring this to Homestead, downtown Homestead. It gives an opportunity for us to put Homestead downtown on display, to invite people into our city to see what Homestead has to offer. It gives us a great opportunity to display the new downtown Homestead, and we'll be able to serve and benefit our local schools. Thank you.
The next card is Sharon Coleman.
Good evening. Sharon Coleman, my address?
Yes, please.
Is it 18113 Southwest 113 Court? Okay. I came to you, I think it was probably last month or the month before, about a project or art walk, and the Seminole Theater project is something that we've been doing for many years, and we wanted to bring it to Homestead. A lot of the kids that we service in our program that we've been doing it for were residents here, so we wanted to bring it right to their home and let them experience the Seminole Theater here, an actual theater to produce the production. When I came initially, it was to get both projects, but since then, we've been able to get funding for the Seminole Theater, which left just the Art Walk project. The Art Walk project was so impressive to Councilwoman Bailey, we wanted to figure out how we could present it to her and the city, the entire council and SWAC, for a way for us to give back to the community. Mr. Smith already spoke about how they do things like this in Wynwood, but it's for entertainment and art appreciation. We wanted to find a way to move past just entertainment, but to figure out how to use art and entertainment to get families to give back to the schools that service their kids. So specifically what he was talking about is we want to have this event on May 26th from 12 to 4 p.m. It's very similar to what we were doing before, but now the focus is on us being able to raise money for each school to get $1,000. We want to partner with the City of Homestead and with SWAC, and we want to be able to offer economic, academic, we want to be able to bring awareness to the economic, academic, and community needs of Southwest. We're going to use the buzz and the marketing from the event to be able to tell people more about the needs for the schools in the Southwest community. We also want to create an annual event where the city can select schools every year that highlight the programs. There'll be art stations where the schools get to interact with the community while telling them about the programs that they offer, that they specialize in at that school, and while raising money for their school. In addition to that, we want to be able to highlight human resources that are available. We want to be able to have the workforce truck there, the dental truck there. We want to be able eventually to have the Adopt a Pet there. We also want to be able to have Children's Trust there, and programs that tell out-of-school programs that are free and available to families, so that we're not only helping the family, we're helping the schools, we're helping the kid, and holistically we're building a community. So we're asking you to support an event that is using arts and entertainment to not just bring the family together, but to use those families to help themselves and this community grow, specifically the programs in the schools. So hopefully that explains it more. And we can provide all of the finances and everything, and you would be sponsoring a school and giving back $1,000 to a school. That's everything.
Thank you.
I made it.
Next is Dr. James Eric McDonough.
Hello, good evening, Vice Mayor and Council. Dr. James Eric McDonough. I live at 32320 Southwest 199th Avenue. Tonight, I'd like to talk about the city's legal billing. As many of you are aware, I have several lawsuits against the city. In one public records case, the city was charged at least $48,000 in legal fees. In the major civil rights lawsuit, Part 1, the city has been charged at least $47,000. The city then spent over $6,000 unsuccessfully attempting to enter my right to record case to cover for Chief Roll's felony record destruction. Further, the city has spent at least $45,000 fighting me in my pro se public records lawsuit. The city's total legal bill to date is somewhere between $150,000 and $200,000 fighting me, where most of the litigation is still pending, and the second major civil rights lawsuit hasn't even been filed yet. This is a lot of money to defend the criminal actions of Alejandro Merguido and Chief Roll. Easily, this is enough money to purchase body cams. Shifting the focus to the pro se public record suit, for the work that has been done, the charges are several times what any other suit is costing. The only significant difference between the pro se public records lawsuit and the other cases is it names the city attorney and their law firm WSH. It must be noted the city is using 5 separate attorneys to fight me, though I'm self-represented. And unbelievably, they're still losing. A fact seen in the billing is that 2 of the attorneys who are named defendants are actually charging the city to defend themselves. Yet even more egregious, the city's law firm drafted and filed a motion to dismiss themselves from this lawsuit while throwing the city under the bus, and even had the audacity to further bill for that. Apparently, your attorneys are giving you patently flawed legal advice, then running up the bill to defend their own mistakes. Representatives of Homestead, you should be aware of this, and if you're wise, you will start looking for a new law firm and sue the current one you have for legal malpractice. Thank you and have a good evening.
Cameron.
Always forget that.
Next is William Tebow.
Good evening, everybody. William Tebow. I live at 2835 Fairways Drive. Vice Mayor, Council, City Manager, Department Heads, Chief. Thank you for your support for the Seafood Festival. It brought 15,000 visitors to Homestead for that event. And I don't know if any other Rotarian has stepped up here and said thank you for your support, but I'm taking that opportunity. I also want to thank our police officers for responding to a serious accident March 3rd, where my son was struck by a vehicle at Palm Drive and Fairways Drive. There were no deaths. I still have a son, and I'm pleased that they responded so well. Speaking for myself and my neighbor, the endless gunfire on the golf course next to us is more than disturbing. I want to thank you again for our responding officers, because this past weekend it was like a war zone. One of my neighbors thought that he had been fired upon. We couldn't prove that, but the police officers did write up a report, et cetera, and they're still working on that. The city reduced its budget for 2018, reducing resources for the city to provide services. Police on the street with worn-out vehicles and personnel shortages is exhausting our current force. Increase the budget to fix this. Give them what they need to provide safety for our citizens. They responded to over 100,000 calls last year. I was in the service, the Coast Guard, for 22 years. By the end of my service, the last 5 years, I was doing the job of 3 people. That's pretty much what happens in a community where limited resources happen. You start using people too much. They get exhausted, and then they get, it's time to retire. I'm leaving. You lose the best people you have in your service. I know that I had to be replaced by 3 people when I left and retired from the Coast Guard. I just expect the next budget to be a little bit healthier. I don't think the citizens are so stingy that they won't offer up a few bucks. but you need to consider that. Mr. Crestis, in the state of the address for the city, also mentioned that the budget hasn't been changed in 5 years. Well, we're 70,000 people now, not 45 or 50. You have more people in the city that need services. You need to consider what I'm saying, and everybody needs additional resources to do their job. Thank you.
So no further public comment. Next, business from the city manager. None. City attorney's report.
I just need to request an executive session in the matter of Dr. James McDonough versus the City of Homestead, case number 17-17515. It's in the Circuit Court of Miami-Dade County.
Okay, thank you. Reports from mayor and council. Councilwoman Faircloth.
None tonight.
Councilman Roth. There you go.
Thank you, Vice Mayor. I just wanted to bring this to you guys just to get a blessing, and I'm going to read a quick little history of what the National Day of Prayer is and how it was created. The National Day of Prayer was created in 1952 by a joint resolution of the Congress, signed into law by President Harry S. Truman. In 1998, the law was unanimously amended by both the House and the Senate and signed into law by President Ronald Reagan on Thursday, May 5th, 1988, designating the first Thursday of May as a day of national prayer. Every president since 1952 has signed a National Day of Prayer proclamation. Prayer brings people together. Prayer builds bridges between opposing persons and even political parties. Prayer reminds us that we all are created in God's image, and He desires for us to repent Him everywhere we go. Prayer brings unity. In 2018, the theme will be Pray for America, unity based upon Ephesians 4:3, which challenges us to mobilize, unify public prayer for America, making every effort to keep the unity of the Spirit through the bond of peace. May 3rd, 2018 is the National Day of Prayer. It has been suggested that the plaza at City Hall be used for such an event. The organizer is Police Chaplain Ken Greathouse, who's with us tonight, along with many others in the community. They're not asking for any financial support, just the use of the plaza and steps on the west side of the building. Some power may be needed for a sound system. The event most likely will start between 6:30 and 7 p.m. and last no longer than an hour. Chairs will be provided for guests. This is presented for your consideration, discussion, comments, and blessing. Thank you, Vice Mayor.
Any questions from council? No? You do? There you go. Councilwoman Faircloth.
Yes, thank you, Vice Mayor. Quick question. We have hosted the National Day of Prayer for several years with Pastor Russell Black and a couple of pastors. Will all of these pastors be working together for this as well?
The way I understand it is there's going to be actually 2 prayer ceremonies here at City Hall. One is going to be in the morning for people who can make it in the morning, which is, I believe, Pastor Black's organizing that one. And we're going to do ours in the evening for people who can't make the morning one to come for the evening.
Okay, perfect. I like that. Thank you, Vice Mayor.
Any other questions from council? I do have one question. I know that we had a lengthy discussion probably a year or so ago about the use of City Hall, or the City Hall property. And at that time, I think we had somewhat established a procedure or policy, and I can't remember exactly what that was. Was that part of a council person needed to be a sponsor of the event to occur? Or how did we end up leaving that? Do you remember?
Was somewhat of an ad hoc basis, although there's also certain categories that are less concrete. So for example, if it's something that's inside the building that's going to require staff, is going to require some costs, that's not affiliated with a particular council person, that's one category, and we'd bring that to you individually. Some of the outside events, sometimes the public just gathers. We've been more, they're coming down the street and they come and they gather. There's really been no process. But in this particular case, since there's some chairs involved and whatever, we just thought it would be best to just bring it to you. But technically, if a group comes and just gathers in front of City Hall, it's been done many times before without any approval from the council. We could certainly change that, but at this point, for the outside stuff, depending on how informal and spontaneous it is, it's sort of kind of formed on its own.
Okay. And then my only question was a precedent-setting one. And are you sponsoring this event? Is this going to be something that's out of your office?
I will sponsor it if that.
Okay. So then that solves any problems as far as precedent setting. So that was the only question I have. And do you need any specific vote on this, or just direction from?
No, we just basically just unless somebody had an objection, that was it.
Okay. Anybody have any objections? No objections.
That's all. Thank you, Vice Mayor.
Okay. Thank you. Councilman Burgess.
Thank you, Vice Mayor. Dennis, excuse me, Mr. Maytan, I'd like to thank you and your staff because the people on the east side of town, as they exit the turnpike, have been suffering for almost 2 months now without any work being done over there. And through our efforts, we've been able to expedite that. I was just wondering if you could tell the city what the plan is from the contractor over there for the next 2 weekends of what they're going to do on the paving for us over there, so to try to get those roads opened up and get the merge lanes and all those lanes back together for the citizens over there. Can you turn them on?
Councilman Burgess, the Turnpike Authority, we told them our concerns, how the traffic is backing up, and we know that most of the work has been completed on the south side, so by the Chili's and Portofino Plaza and all that. So what they sent us an email with their paving company that they're going to start the 23rd on Friday night. There'll be a 1 lane at night, and each Saturday and Sunday until they get it done. Then the following weekend, they're going to do the opposite side, which would be the north side. So we'll start getting the paving, so it'll open more lanes so we can keep traffic flowing.
Their sign along the turnpike says the project's to be done in March of this year. Could you reach out to them and just see when the anticipated opening of that ramp is so that we can let our citizens know? Because I know it's close. And it looks like you could drive down it today if you didn't mind driving down a little bit of a dirt road. But just how close we are to actually getting that relief over there from them. If you could reach out to them and perhaps we get an answer from them on that also.
Yes, sir. I'll reach out to them tomorrow.
Thank you. I also want to thank you and your staff and Mr. Brea and his staff.
Go ahead.
Over at 288 and 137, the lights were at a sync bad to where it was backing up all the way almost to Campbell Drive in the morning. So I've been down there the last couple of days after they fixed it, and it seems to be flowing a little bit better. So thank you. As our people are trying to get in and out of town in the morning there, things are tough, but hopefully soon we're going to have some relief for them. So thank you for your efforts and helping that. One last thing for you is over on Kingman, 28th Avenue, just between East Lake and the new place, One Palm, or Palm One, I forget what it's called. There's some orange pipes that look like a contractor left them sticking up out of the ground, probably 1.5 feet, 2 feet high. And then down to the south of East Lake also, I believe there's another set of pipes that are sticking up. I'm just wondering if somebody haphazardly walked away and didn't finish the job correctly or what they are, but just wondering if we could get those, see what they are and maybe get those addressed.
Both permits for the county and open that area, see what's going on.
Okay, thank you, sir, very much. One last thing, if I could put on the agenda for our next council meeting, I would like to get a definition of mixed use from our planning department and what mixed use really is, as we seem to be moving towards a couple mixed use products. Perhaps they can look at Doral, the city of Miami, and other surrounding areas, Coral Gables, other areas that do it right and it's successful, and maybe bring us back what mixed use is, how it's being done other places and how it's being used. And we can have that as a discussion item under my business next month. Thank you.
For the committee of the whole?
No, at the council meeting.
The actual council meeting?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you. And that's it for me. Thank you, sir.
Perfect. Thank you, Councilman. Councilwoman Bailey.
I just wanted to talk a little bit more about this art walk. When I was first approached about it, I really loved the idea and the concept, but I really wanted my first event to be something that did more for the community and especially the schools. And I know that that time is of the essence, but I really believe that it has become something worth really working toward. So I wanted to just give you a little bit about what excites me the most by it. And it's basically an opportunity where we can give back to the extracurricular programs of the local schools in the area. Also really big is to be able to inform parents regarding what summer programs are available to kids, especially middle schoolers. A lot of parents think that the kids are old enough to stay home, but to have them involved in some other wholesome activities would be a wonderful thing. We can move into health, healthy eating. Sharon and our chair for the SWAC, they touched on a lot of those items as well. So that's the good news, is that SWAC has agreed to help sponsor it. We've also had really good feedback from at least 5 local schools and quite a few corporate sponsors that are willing to help. So I'm just basically looking for help and guidance from council on this now.
Perfect. Thank you.
Of course.
Excuse me. Yes, you can. Go ahead, Councilman.
The schools that you're referencing, are they private schools, public schools, charter schools? What type of schools are you guys looking to bring into this and that the requested funds would go to?
So I believe that if we
Thank
could
you.
make this a yearly event, it can be something that we could switch and change up every year. I believe that one of the biggest needs right now is with middle schools. So I contacted all of the middle schools in the area, and we had 5 reply that were willing to meet. And so there is a mix of charters, public.
Okay. Councilman Roth, you have a question?
Yes.
Go ahead.
They mentioned needing some funds, and that I think the goal was to give $1,000 to each of the participating schools. Is that correct?
Yes. We're looking for sponsors to sponsor each school's tent. That's where they will be able to talk about the programs they offer, not only during the summer, 6 schools. The programs that they not only offer during the summer, but also their year-round programs. This is also a great opportunity for our public schools, which have been doing a lot better, to be able to represent themselves and show what they have accomplished in the previous year.
Okay, so the goal is just to raise $5,000?
The goal is to raise, this year we're setting the goal to $1,000 per 6 schools, but there is obviously the budget going along with the event as well.
Okay.
We're looking at $20,000.
20,000.
Okay.
That's what the budget is.
20,000, yes.
Okay. Thank you, Mayor.
Perfect. Thank you.
Any other questions?
Any other questions for Councilwoman Bailey?
No, I don't have a question. I just have a comment.
Okay, go ahead, Councilwoman Faircloth.
I think it's a great concept. I had the opportunity to speak to you regarding that. What I think would be more appropriate would be to work with the Education Committee. We have a compact with Miami-Dade County Public Schools, and we work directly with the school district and the schools to provide services to the students. So I think if we're going to be really effective with the approach, we have to work collaboratively. I know our chair of the Education Committee attended a SWAC meeting to hear about the program, but that information has not been conveyed to the Education Committee. So I think it needs to travel through the committee before I can make any decision on behalf of the committee. And if we're going to be effective, I think there has to be a different approach to do that, to support schools, to make sure that we are aligned in our approach and we're kind of organized and not all over the place. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Any other questions or comments related to anything additional, Councilwoman Bailey?
No, thank you very much.
Great, thank you. The only last item is Mayor Porter asked me to announce 2 vacancies on the Public Art Committee, and then also reappoint to the Homestead Housing Authority Board Gerard Barreau. Do I have a motion to approve the reappointment to the Homestead Housing Authority of Gerard Barreau? Second. Moved and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? No opposed. Show it passes. Last is, do I have a motion to adjourn?
Move it.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. We are adjourned.